It's time for the Loco Sports Lowdown. Here are your hosts, Justin Jarrett, Wes Kerr, and Max Araj.
Hey, Loco Sports fans. Welcome back to the Loco Sports Lowdown, Monday night edition. Got Wes Kerr and Justin Jarrett with you. At the moment, Max Araj will be joining us a little bit later on, and we may have other friends stopping by. We got some offers out. We're efforting a couple of people. We'll see if we can get anybody in here because it's a little bit of a slow week coming here, Wes. Supposed to be, of course, the the last week of the regular season this past week, and now we have another week. But we didn't really have a lot of events that got messed up, so it's kind of like a dead week for us. So we're just kind of chilling this week for the most part. We do have a big bridge
Well, we do
bowl
have
on
some
Friday
volleyball
night.
playoffs coming up on Tuesday on the
Yeah,
girls' side. Yeah.
yeah, we got a couple of volleyball teams still
Indeed.
in it, and we've got some. We got a football game, Bridge Bowl on Friday. We've got Skiza
Yep.
playoffs as well. So it's not like a
Indeed.
total dead week, but it's kind of a lull.
Yeah.
It's a different kind of week.
Yeah,
So
it's
because
busy in the Skiza ranks, especially for football this week. We got a bunch of games
yeah,
to talk about, and brackets are out. I just saw on the website, so we can
very
go
good.
through that a bit and get you
We'll
ready
definitely.
for a really fun week of Skiza playoff football. But yeah, I'm doing well. Unfortunately, a tough way to end the regular season for the USCB Sand Shark soccer team.
Yeah,
They
I
were
saw
just
that.
outplayed by a really good Columbus State squad who were ranked in the number 2 in the country for a reason, Division II. Very, very solid team. So nothing much to be ashamed of there. Yeah, Sarah Hunger for the hat trick for the Columbus State's Cougars in that game. They had got like seven. We got 4 players who scored 7 goals or more, and now that when we got the hat trick is now up to 10 on the season. So that's a legit team, and they're looking like the favorites in that conference for sure. But looking at the standings right now, unfortunately, the Sand Sharks kind of got pushed all the way back to the 8th seed, which means they may have to play Columbus State again. Man,
Oh,
that's
yikes.
unfortunate. If yeah, that's what it's looking like on this, because yeah,
That's
man,
tough.
that's look, they're the 8th seed, but like the top 8 teams are so
The
evenly
margins
matched.
are the
Yeah,
margins are really narrow,
yeah.
really narrow.
Because yeah, it's they let's see, they got 11 points. Georgia Southwestern, even though they beat them, they're 1 point higher with or they're a couple points higher, I believe. Um, yeah, that's tough because they were it kind of like what happened to May River in football. Like they were competing for the top
Right.
spot, and all of a sudden they lose like 2 games, then they fall back a couple spots. That's kind of what
Yeah.
happened. So yeah, that's a tough way to finish it off, but
Got cold at the wrong time.
yeah.
Indeed,
But
indeed.
we do got some basketball to look forward to in the
Yeah,
coming.
women play on Saturday at home, I believe. If I'm not mistaken. So that'll be we're ready to go. We're ready to go with USCB basketball. It is upon us. College basketball season starting tonight, all
Indeed,
over the place.
flurry of
So
games going on. A game
yeah,
everywhere you look, which is always fun. Uh, do they? I think do what the NBA does, like they take election day off and
I
they
presume
play all the games.
so.
Yeah, I like that.
Um, Speaking of the election, somebody thinks that my phone belongs to someone named Ellis,
Hmm.
and apparently they think that I have a black job. So yeah, I'm not Ellis. So no, USCB men start Friday night
Yeah,
actually
Friday night,
down in St.
they're in a
Augustine against
tournament.
Francis Marion. Yeah,
Yeah, they're in a tournament, and then USCB women will host St. Andrews at the Cove. So some
yeah.
college basketball
USCB
action.
men
Oh, yeah.
USCB men don't get home until the 23rd of
Yeah,
November
they have a
against
lot of
Edward Waters.
games on the road to start off the year. So
Yeah, they got
it's
their
yeah,
PA trip.
it works out.
Um, so, but looking forward to that for sure. As you mentioned, we have some volleyball playoffs still going on. as well as the region cross country meet went off this weekend. So we'll fill you in on that on this Loco Sports Lowdown presented by Mickelson Law Firm, our all-star sponsor and our original sponsor. They've been with us since the beginning. This jumped on board back in 2017 and have helped us continue to grow and shine a light on deserving teams and student athletes around the Loco. So if you have legal needs, call on Mickelson Law Firm right in downtown Bluffton. They can do everything for you. They're our official real estate closing attorney and presenting sponsor of our Hilton Head Christian Academy coverage, but they can help you with all your legal needs at Mickelson Law Firm, big supporter of Loco Sports, our all-star sponsor. Yeah, as I was mentioning, the region cross-country race went off on Saturday. May River boys taking the title by 1 point over Bishop England. Bluffton 4 points behind the Bishops, so really tied at the top. And then Hilton Head was just 6 points behind Bluffton. Jackson Wright was the boys winner in 15:53, just edged J.D. Gilman from Hilton Head by 4 seconds. On the girls' side, Bluffton won it with 26 points to Bishop England's 33. Hilton Head and May River pretty distant behind them. Nora Braham from Bishop England in 1830 was the champ. Giada Carge from Bluffton in 1843, the runner-up. So they'll move on to the lower state qualifiers, where I suspect that the, not just May River boys, but May River, Bishop England, and Bluffton are all crowded in there together within 5 points. So I think they'd all be in contention there, as well as the Bluffton and Bishop England girls. So some really good times. 15:53. That's pretty good.
Man, that
pretty
is
good from Jackson Wright.
Yeah, that's really good stuff right there. I mean, some solid performances all the way around. And this is the time of year you're really starting to want to peak. And Jackson Wright, May River showing off. You don't see those sub 16 times very often at any level or any stage. But yeah, that's quite a way to perform heading into the bigger meets of the season. But another Gilman, J.D. Gilman, right behind him, just 4 seconds back. And then,
always a Gilman.
Yes, there always is, and they never run out. And then we got Joshua Gordillo of Hilton Head, Erlon Baker of Bluffton, 16:09. So yeah, I mean 10th place still with a 16:32. That's really strong for guys cross country around here. Some talented runners. On the girls' side, a couple of Bluffton girls, Gianna Carriage and with a sub 19. That's really solid for the girls at that stage. And then Madeline Craps, Emily Hunt, Bluffton kind of took over most of the spots in the top 6. They got 4 of the top 6 were Bluffton Bobcats. Hilton Head, their fastest was in 7th, Julia McKenna. So good showing for Bluffton as they dominate. Despite Bishop England's Noah Brahim winning the individual title, Bluffton with the team victory here. So keep an eye on the Bobcats as we get towards the lower state and state championship meets.
Yeah, they had 5 in the top 9, all 1947 or better. So that's pretty solid. We mentioned there's still girls volleyball to come this week, but the boys volleyball season unfortunately has ended. Philip Simmons taking out Bluffton 3-1 on Friday night, and then Bishop England beating May River by the same score on Saturday. So our boys volleyball hopefuls fall short of their goal, but heck of a season. Huge growth in boys volleyball in the Loco, not just in the number of programs, but in the quality of play. It is really coming up, and I expect it to continue to grow. I think now that I'm in the school, I hear a lot of guys saying they wish we had volleyball. So, I wasn't sure how quickly it would catch on, how many guys would want to go out and do it, or if it would be viewed as more of a girls sport, so to speak, kind of like girls with wrestling. But it seems like there's a lot of interest, and it seems like it's taken off, and the quality of coaching is improving. And so I'm excited to see it grow. I love to see another outlet for kids who maybe don't have the skills necessary for a particular sport, but that doesn't mean they're not athletes. They just haven't found the right sport yet. So great to see this opportunity for boys, and hopefully we continue to see more programs added and the caliber continue to rise. But it looks like this part of the state is the powerhouse part of the state right now, at least from Charleston down.
It looks like we're really starting to see that this area of volleyball, the guys volleyball, it's starting to grow by leaps and bounds this year. And tough to see a couple of our teams finish just short of earning their spots in the semifinals if they would have won those two matches. But it was great to see Bluffton, even Bridges Prep compete well in that defeat, and then May River battling tough. Both those matches were very competitive despite those 3-1 losses. So that's exactly what we're going to see. Is this boys volleyball program continues to move forward as a whole in Low Country, and we really start to see guys who like more so specialize in volleyball. There will always be most of those players who compete in different sports, but it seems like more guys are locked in on playing volleyball as we
Yeah.
get towards the future. So that's great to see. And we still have some girls teams that are competing for state titles, including
Yeah.
tomorrow. We got 3 of them. We got the Hilton Head Seahawks up at a region rival after a nice showing in round 1 for Hilton Head High as they took down South Florence in straight sets. They get the Bishop Batting Bishops, who they've seen before, and I think it's anyone's match. Yeah, even though Bishop got better than the regular season, I think Hilton Head is right there in terms of competitiveness with that Bishop squad. So
I think
that
so
should be a
too.
great match. I think that one will have a chance of going 5, in my opinion. But we'll see what happens there. And then South Aiken May River, that should be an exciting one. May River certainly showed they can handle a strong competition. They even a couple of tough points early on. They blew through the Yellow Jacket squad they face on Thursday. That was a nice win to start it off over Hartsville, or rather over
North Augusta.
North Augusta. North Augusta. I was looking at tennis. Yeah, North Augusta, and then we got the interesting one in 2A, Bridges Prep against Academic Magnets. Bridges Prep
Mm-hmm.
moving up from 1A to 2A this year, and not sure what to expect in this one because Academic Magnet has historically delivered quality success in these Olympic sports, especially volleyball. So I think Bridges Prep will be tested this one. I still think they got a great chance, but it's going to be a very tight competitive match over there at Bridges and in front of a great crowd, I believe.
One note on May River's opponent, South Aiken. So they beat Bluffton 3-1. They beat North Augusta twice, but they were both 3-2
Okay.
games.
So I
So
expect it to be very close. Yeah.
so
Most likely.
it feels like May River has a real shot in
Yeah.
that match. And then, they've beaten Bishop England before, and Hilton Head before. So the lower state final is looking like,
Yeah.
it's feasible for
Yeah.
them, to say the
But
least.
I will be
But
at the
that
Shark
Bridges
Tank.
Prep
Yeah.
bracket, I was going to look at that real quick, so the peeps can see what we're working with here. They got Academic Magnet and what should be a pretty tough matchup. And if they get through it, they'll be at home against North Central most likely, which is another tough matchup. And then
Yeah.
most likely Philip Simmons would be coming
Like
to
you
them in
said,
the
if they
final.
get to the state finals, they'll definitely have earned it because it's a gauntlet through this 2A bracket, much tougher than what they had to go against last year.
No question about it.
Yeah.
They got some cakewalks the first couple of rounds last year, and then they were challenged later on, but it wasn't the caliber of teams they're going to be facing here. But I think they're a better team too. So
Yeah.
I think there's a real chance they get back there. It's going to be exciting to see if they can pull it off. We've also got tennis playoffs happening, and we
Indeed.
got we are well represented in this
Yeah,
bracket.
3 4A teams still in. Hilton
Yeah.
Head, May River, Bluffton. They will all be on the road. May River, Bishop England, Hilton Head will be off to Gilbert's, Bluffton at South Lawrence. And then how about the Battery Creek Dolphins hanging around there? They
Yeah.
made it to the second round, and they'll be taking on Waccamaw.
Yeah,
So good for the Dolphins. Yeah.
they swept past Keenan. I think
Nice.
Waccamaw is usually pretty strong. But I don't know that with any degree of certainty. Bluffton, they've had it rough. They had to go all the way to Florence to play Wilson, and now they got to go all the way back to
Oh,
Florence to play
oh
South
goodness.
Florence. So they've had a tough
Goodness.
road warrior mentality. A little bit easier path for the other team so far. I expect Hilton Head will get through. They got a good draw as far as where they fall in the bracket. May River is going to have a tough time with Bishop England, and then Hilton Head would likely have a tough time with Bishop England as well. Bluffton, I think, will probably have a little bit of a tough time too, although that region is more gettable. Right? It's definitely not out of question that they could win that. So, because they don't do any kind of RPI in this, do? Oh, they do. They're using RPI for tennis too. Oh,
yeah, I think they did it for all the team sports this year.
that's wonderful. I didn't even know
Yeah,
they were doing it for tennis. That's great.
yeah,
Again,
yeah.
there's some tweaks to be made to the
Right.
RPI, but it's a big improvement over random draw.
Yeah.
I like it better than
Agreed,
that. So,
because it at least makes sense that more likely the better teams will earn those spots higher up in the
right.
bracket. And that's the goal.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be perfect, but at least it's improvement from what we have seen. When you look like how it's going, but yeah, you said May River, South Aiken, and volleyball like that. We could potentially see a lower state semifinal between the Seahawks and the
Yeah.
Sharks, which would
Yeah.
be over at May River on Thursday. So I'll definitely rooting for that to happen. But work to be done on both ends for the Seahawks and the Sharks, and two competitive matchups. But that's exciting to see. And then I think if you get through there, you have a really big shot, or a really great shot to Hartsville, Wilson, Gilbert, and Aiken. Aiken's a solid team, but not an insurmountable challenge at all. So, yeah, we could see Hilton Head or May River make a deep run here. By the way, especially by the way May River played, they looked quite impressive from what I saw after dropping a couple of points early. So I'm keeping my eye on them for sure. I'll be at the Shark Tank tomorrow night. See how it goes down.
Very
May River
cool.
and South Aiken.
Very cool. Well, the MVP sponsors of LowcoSports support us, so we hope you'll support them. We got Base Hit Life, our baseball and softball apparel partner, offering all kinds of cool T-shirts, hats, and of course hoodies. Hoodie season came and went, and it seems like it may be coming back around this week. So get your hoodies at basehitlife.com if you want to live your best Base Hit Life. If you need a home inspection, the best in the Loco is Homegrown Home Inspectors. They're going to check it out, make sure it's good to go. If you're building a new home, you got to have that phased inspection where they'll check it out every step of the way and make sure it's built right with Homegrown Home Inspections. Hospice Care, the Low Country, will take care of you at the end of life, you and your loved ones. They've got palliative care, hospice care, free grief counseling, and much more at Hospice Care, the Low Country, where it's not about dying, it's about living. And the USCB Center for Low Country Hospitality Education, headed by our friend Coach Beach. If you want to know more about the place you live, we got the Island Ambassador Program and the Bluffton Ambassador Program, where you can learn all about the history and culture of our area and become certified as an ambassador to teach others about the greatness of the Loco with the USCB Center for Low Country Hospitality Education. Those are our MVP sponsors. What are you giggling at, Wes? What's tickled your fancy over there?
Hey, it's just the Chiefs just gave up the lead again to the
they did.
Bucs. Yeah.
Cade Otton is having quite a season. They sure did.
Oh man, I gotta say,
I got him in some parlays though, so it's okay.
I gotta say, I'm impressed by the way Tampa's been playing this year. Not just offensively, but the way they've been able to bottle up Mahomes at times and play some solid D. I didn't expect too much of the Bucs this year, but Baker Mayfield has been quite the better. By the way, they're gonna have the Ted Lasso guy, Jason Sudeikis, on the Manning cast tonight.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. He's a big Chiefs guy, Kansas City guy. Yeah, he's a Kansas City guy, big Chiefs fan. Unfortunately, he's a Jayhawk, but we won't hold that against him. But no, the Tampa Bay's been really solid this year. Even I thought when Godwin and Evans both went down at the same time, they were going to be toast, but they've continued to play tough. Otten's been a big part of it. He's been really good.
Right.
And they got a good stable of backs too, with White healthy again. You got him and Irving. They're both nice. So I like what they're doing there. I like that team. I usually root for them, but not this week.
Yeah.
Not this week. But Sammy Dubs is going to hop on with us here in a bit and
Nice.
talk a little football. We haven't talked with Sammy Dubs in a good while, but in the meantime, he's not going to want to talk about this. We'll talk about these Skiza.
Yeah, let's go to the Skiza brackets.
Skiza brackets. I'm not seeing the actual brackets per se, but I do see this.
We have the matchups.
Yeah.
I'm guessing right.
Which you can deduce You can deduce
Yeah.
the bracket from it because it is
Right.
set up as such. So 4A, we don't have a dog in the hunt, but it'll be Cardinal, Newman, and Hammond, Ben Lippin and Augusta Christian, Heathwood and Portergat. You know what? Sammy Dubs just popped in, and Max is going to want to talk about this. So we're gonna punt the Skeeza because Sammy Dubs ain't talking
To
Skeeza,
Sammy.
and we're gonna introduce our buddy Sammy Dubs coming on to talk his stuff. What's up, buddy?
Gentlemen,
It's been a minute. You've
I
been
am
running.
back.
You've been running. I've been trying to get you in here,
I am
but
back.
you've been busy. But you are back. What is going on, man? How's Sammy Dubs doing?
I am living the life, man.
Yeah,
Business
in the
is
man
good.
cave, I see.
In the man cave, always, always. Oh, and we're number 4 in the nation right now.
Yeah,
So it's
yeah,
all about the you.
yeah.
It's
But
all,
you didn't win that game at Virginia Tech against
we're not
Virginia
gonna do
Tech.
that.
No, I'll
We all
tell you
know
what.
you
The
didn't.
Clemson loss gives Miami a clear path to the
does.
East championship game if they do
I
win
told
out.
you Clemson was going to lose, by the way, and I told you they're going to lose to Louisville.
And they're gonna lose again. Pitt's gonna beat them.
Yeah, you think?
Yeah.
SMU smoked Pitt.
Virginia Tech
Yeah,
might.
looking
Might
like
have to get
looking
you and
like the
Robbie in
King-
here together for a
yeah.
little Miami
Look like the
SMU
Canes and
showdown.
the
Ooh.
yeah.
Now SMU is only Miami's backup squad. Their best players are guys who had to hit the
Canes and
transfer
Mustangs.
portal and leave Miami. And so, that's what that is.
All right, I told you he
Will
came to
Simmons
talk
trouble.
his stuff. He came to talk it. Let's talk about your boy Jaden Jones, former May River star, now at Morehouse, his second year up there, and starting to get a little more playing time later in the season here and having some success. How's he doing?
He's doing good, man. It has been a ride, like we were talking earlier. This whole process has been eye-opening,
Yeah,
to say the least, man. New coaches, second coach in 2 years, and they both come to the same realization. At the end of the day, the cream rises to the top, as the Macho Man was so famously known for saying. And so now,
step
lately,
into a Slim Jim,
yeah,
brother.
you know what I mean? He was telling the truth a lot. And so now we're seeing him back on the field again. Scored another touchdown for homecoming again this year, which is always a good thing to see.
And was on the homecoming banner.
Exactly. That's the keepsake. So I'm trying to track those down so we can frame them and keep them up for him for
awesome,
posterity. But he's doing awesome, man, on the honor roll. Great grades. Working his tail off, man. Working his tail
Never
off.
doubt wherever he got an opportunity, he was gonna take advantage of it, make the most
And
of it.
we talk about that a lot with the guys that we see highlighted on you guys' show. It's difficult, man, to get a spot at that next level, and I'm just proud that he's so dedicated to it. And I hope that the next generation of kids coming up understand what it takes. Not just at the D1 level, the D2 level, the D3 level.
Yeah.
It is hard,
yes,
to be successful. You may be great at the high school level, but that college level is a whole different game.
Yeah.
And you have to be ready for it.
Everybody can play. They're not hiding anybody.
Nope. And a lot of the difference between D1 and D2 is opportunity.
Yep.
That's all it is. It's not necessarily a skill difference. It's just opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
And so we have to teach our guys that are coming up, that we're seeing the highlights of these guys. We have to get out there and support them on social media. If your favorite high school has a star player or a good player, make sure you're hyping them up. Any post, you got to double share them. You got to retweet them or whatever you can do to get them that exposure. So the coaches at the next level do understand we support our kids and we recognize when they have the talent and they can compete at the next level.
Amen to that. I think the poster child for that is BJ Payne. I mean,
absolutely.
He put some kids in some places that people went, huh? And then they had success. And now it's like when he tells you a guy can play for you, it means something. And so, you got to be selective about that. But you definitely, when you see it, you got to tout it and you got to scream it from the rooftops and let people know we got a dude who can play over here.
Early to see the success over there at Hilton Head. I know there were a lot of naysayers. BJ Payne's pushing scholarship kids. He only pushes the guys who are going to college. Now to see him with a team without just one person who is like the face of the team, to have that
Right.
team together and be successful. Man, I am so happy for him.
Yeah,
and
man.
I'm so proud of that Hilton Head program. It is awesome to see.
Yep.
And their middle school team went undefeated this year,
Right.
by
So
the
there's
way.
more
They
coming.
are
More
coming.
coming through the pipeline over there.
They are
Something
coming.
is-
And they're
much
young
in the
this
water
year.
over there. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it could be interesting over there. It
Oh
could be
yeah,
interesting
yeah.
over there for the
It's
next few
fun to
years.
watch, man. It's fun to watch.
I believe he's got somebody running the middle school program now who used to be on his high school staff, which is
Crucial. It's
next
crucial.
level.
You
That's
got to
next
start the
level.
program early. Yeah.
Take the program down and teach it, and let them come up with
Yep.
the fundamental base and the terminology and all that stuff. That's where the secret sauce lies when it comes to football.
It's proven. It's proven.
Yeah.
Yep.
So they got a good thing going over there.
But hey, Sammy, how about this region, and how about that game on Friday night, the
Man,
hometown showdown?
Gosh.
Wasn't
The
it something?
Bluffton Bobcats in a wild finish, and certainly some decisions that were made were looked back on. Most notably, the decision to go for it on a 4th and short instead of giving your kicker a chance to potentially tie it and send it to overtime. So, your thoughts on how that final sequence played out over there at the Shark Tank?
Easy to second guess.
I'm torn.
I liked it at the time.
I'm
I said
torn.
it live. I was like, I like it. I mean, if you get this
Be what
first
you wanna
down
be.
here, at
Be what
worst,
you
you
are.
make your field goal easier, and you might score a touchdown and win
Be
it
what
right
you
here.
are. Be what you are.
And
Be
if
what
they
you are.
get the snap if they handle the snap cleanly, they probably get a first down, and we're
Right.
not talking about this.
Right.
So
And I'm
I don't
torn, man. I'm a homer. Jay played for May River.
know. Yeah.
So I want to see May River succeed. Some of the young guys that I've mentored to are at Bluffton. So I
Right.
want to see them succeed.
Yep.
And so I'm torn. But as far as that decision,
We want them all to succeed.
Right.
One Loco.
yeah, we do. But that decision, you know what? I have been at times a May River hater. Some of the coaching decisions they've made. But I also understand sticking true to what you are.
Yep.
And you win or lose with it.
Yep.
And that's what they
Right.
did.
Yep.
You flip the coin, it works.
Yep.
It just didn't work.
I mean, 9 times out of 10, they probably pick up that first down.
Right.
But we got number 10 this time.
You
Sometimes
got it,
it beats like that.
And it happens.
We got
especially
some
when you
great
have an offense.
highlights from Brady Sacha. He put together a nice reel. It's Bobcat heavy, as you might expect. It's got music too, but we don't want to get a copyright.
Okay.
strike.
Yeah, let's stay out of that.
He loves Zach Bryan for his hyper reels.
Zach Bryan.
Yeah, I noticed he likes Zach
Nice.
Bryan for his hyper reels.
I
It's
don't
an
know who that
interesting
is,
choice,
okay.
but he loves Aiden McCarthy too, apparently.
Yeah, and who does
A lot of warm-up shots at Aiden.
There's a lot to love about him and the
Oh,
way he's been competing this year.
Yeah.
I've been really impressed.
I don't know, but they was hitting each other, Bo.
yeah, they were.
Yeah.
I saw a couple
Also,
of them. I was like, wow.
just
That
unfortunate
was
to
the
see
most-
Cordell Holly.
You know what, though? I have a
Unfortunately,
good
Cordell
report on Cordell. Texted with Coach Gregory earlier today, and he said Cordell was doing good and was back at school today.
Fantastic.
Oh, beautiful.
That's
So
outstanding.
outstanding
That's
news.
great news.
Yes,
Yeah.
it
on
is. Yes,
Cordell.
it is.
Love to see that.
Your boy Carnell was a man the other night, Sammy.
Hey, man. I still text my guy.
Nate Olmer's dude, too.
He's getting it, man. He is really.
He has been quite the secondary option for that.
Yeah,
offense.
I mean, with Carnell, obviously
it's
the
going to
physical.
draw attention, so that second guy has a chance to really shine.
Here we go.
We see
Ethan
numbers step up
Cartmell,
as well,
ice in
and
his veins from 44.
how about that?
Toes.
44
Twinkle
yards
toes.
for the win,
Twinkle
which you mentioned
toes.
was the game-winning kick.
Heartmania.
Yeah.
Yeah. You love to
That
see
was
it.
a beauty.
Special teams, man. People
That
sleep
was a
on the
beauty.
special teams.
But the Sharks still had a chance, and here we go, 4th and 2. Lost the handle.
Well, how about
Cats
give
get it.
that the defense for getting the job done and
I mean,
shutting down the Sharks?
was a
Another
mistake,
monstrous road win. We've seen 2 big road wins. The one, Hayden Gregory, he's going to get fired up, and that entire squad. Oh boy, it's time to celebrate at the tank.
Pure
But
Red Bull running through
I
that
like a
man's
good bully
veins.
ball. I like a good bully ball.
Yeah.
And that's what May River plays. But you got to have a little diversity in there for these situations. Yep. You got to have a little bit of diversity in there.
You do. You really do. And they haven't they just have not been able to throw the ball. And I thought they were sitting on it, but it just never came out.
Yeah.
And I mean,
and they have some receivers. They have some receivers.
Tanner Macy's completed 9 passes this season.
They have not thrown the ball much.
3 of them for touchdowns, and he hasn't thrown a pick.
Right.
But, I mean, 9 passes.
It just feels
in
like
9 games. It's just not enough of a threat.
Right.
It feels like he's been handcuffed.
You got to make the defense respect your pass game. They're
right.
Respect your pass game. You throw it 9 times in a year. It's just.
And equally surprising to me is that he only has 49 carries for 169 yards. You know, I thought they would kind of have him pulling it more than that, as much as he ran it the last couple of years.
Yeah, that's a weapon.
Yeah. I kept expecting to see more from him, and they didn't take the shackles off.
Maybe they're saving it for the playoffs.
I mean, it could be. It's possible. I mean, it's a dangerous game, but they're going to have to do it though. That's the thing is whether it works or not, you're going to have to do it because
if they bust it out in the playoffs, they can make a run because their offense is tough to stop.
Yes, and their defense is salty too.
Nobody's seen.
They're a quality team. They're a quality team. They're not going to be fun to play in the postseason.
But they're in a difficult spot though.
They are.
Where are they at? 4th in the region?
They're 4th in the region. Yeah, that's how narrow the margins were this year. We knew it was going to be like
somebody.
Yeah.
Tough.
Yeah, I mean, because Hilton Head was able to get the win over them, and so did Bluffton. So it's very narrow margins determining these seedings for this region. But speaking of that, how about the Seahawks season? They have been quite the surprise, and they're going to go up against Bluffton for the number 2 seed in that region for the 4-way playoffs. So, I mean, the Seahawks team, it seems like the last few years we've hyped them up. They just haven't been able to get over the hump. But this year has looked completely different. And credit to the way BJ Payne has shaped that defense, and give big credit for Ranazuski for how he has played offensively and the run game that has supported him. It's been a great sight to see as a Seahawks fan this year, and I'm really high on this team to be competitive, if not to steal a couple games in the playoffs.
Yeah. And they should be at home the first round, at least.
Even if they lose, they have a chance to be at home because of the.
Yeah, I think they probably will. As you see here, 2 of the 3 third-place teams are going to get home games.
Obviously, it depends on the RPI and if that favors them.
Yeah, so there's a chance there.
Yeah.
I got River's going to be in either the 10 or the 11. Yeah, the winner will be one of the 2 seeds here.
Yeah, I got to
meet. The loser will be one of the 3s. You do, yeah. I think I do too, but man, it's a tough one.
I just want to see BJ run the town. I want him to get the town championship. That's all I want to see. The county championship.
Yeah,
county championship.
Michigan might have won the region, but yeah, there would be the virtual county championship.
Yeah, this is the county championship, right?
Yeah,
they both beat River and Beaufort, so
yeah, it is.
This is the county championship game. I love it.
Bluffton, who's the best? Who's going to be number 1 at the season's end, the Loco power rankings?
So May River is probably going to be the 10 or the 11, I would suspect. They're pretty high in the RPI.
Oh yeah,
good. Okay.
So they should have a winnable game against a region runner-up with a lower RPI or a higher RPI.
It just depends on the region matchup.
Yeah.
Right. It absolutely does. But because if you get the number 2 out of the Florence or the number 3 out of the Florence region, that's a different animal.
You got to fight on your hands.
That's a different animal. Yeah. Oh, it looks like Max is ready to join us. What's up, buddy?
What's up, guys?
What's up?
Welcome. Talking some ball with Sammy Dubs. He's been talking his stuff. So you got Hilton Head over Bluffton?
Me?
Yeah.
You know what? I am going to take the fighting BJ Paynes. I love my Bluffton guys, though. I hope none of the Bluffton players see this and like, oh, guys, he's a hater. No, but I believe in my fighting BJ Paynes this year, and I think
you fake.
Now I would like to also say, to the coaches at May River, Bluffton, and Hilton Head. It is not acceptable to let Bishop England win this region. It's simply not acceptable. All of you
we
guys
didn't think there would be much of a factor.
need to get it together.
I was like, okay, we're going to finally have a 4A region champion.
To be fair, May River did their part against Bishop England.
Right.
They did, but everybody else.
Seahawks and the Bluffton. I thought Bluffton had him. I thought Bluffton had him for sure.
They did have him.
They did.
They did have
the last play.
God, if Bluffton would have won that game, they'd be sitting first right now.
We would have had that would have been for the
We need Head Gregory right now to say they are who we thought they were. We let them off the hook.
Right.
Let's be honest. Right. We did let Bishop England off the hook because we all thought they were going to sit near, Colleton County.
I think I had them around 4th or 5th. Yeah.
Yeah, most people had them 5th or 6th.
We didn't think Bishop England
Max had Colleton County beating everybody. Max had Colleton County coming out beating Hampton out of the gate. He had them ripper on.
Who said that?
Yeah, we don't need to talk about that. We don't need to talk about that, man. we don't need that.
It was a long time ago. When the Galaxy was far away.
You remember when the Saints used to lose all the time? The fans would have a brown paper bag over their heads. Yeah, you need one of those, man.
Cold takes.
Yeah. Who dat?
But I will say this. None of you guys on Thursday called for Bluffton to beat May River, and I said Bluffton would win by 1 possession. What did I tell you?
I would have took that. I would have been with you. I would have been with you.
You did. You called it. You called that one. That's for sure. You call a crazy one every now and then, but you usually miss three to hit the one.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, you're not wrong.
You're our wild card.
Last week, but that didn't happen.
You did. You're our wild card. We appreciate you for that. What else you got, Sammy? What's going on, man? What are you hyped about?
Like I said, I just it sticks in my craw that we let those guys up north win the region.
I agree.
I don't like that. I don't like that at all, man. I do not
we had a 5 out of 6 shot this year with James Allen and Lucy Beckham out, and we let Bishop England sneak in there and take it. It's disappointing. It's disappointing.
Rough.
Yep. Gonna have to do better next year. I don't think they're taking the region title in basketball, but we'll see.
Now, here's my other thing.
I'm not going to be.
Hampton County.
Mm-hmm.
What are we doing? What are we doing?
I don't know, man. The 2 pick sixes against Barnwell were head scratchers. I will say this, and I will say I absolutely love my Hampton County guys.
Oh, I'm a fan.
I think that is as good of a coaching staff as there is in the state.
Right.
When you're talking about the whole package, top to bottom, they're as good as it gets.
I mean, I'd say that's one of the best.
I think there is a little bit of a tendency, and I think we can say this now after seeing it enough times, to overthink a little bit in big games and try to do something special instead of doing what got you there at times. And I think we saw a little bit of that in the Barnwell game, just kind of trying to force stuff instead of just sometimes it ain't there, and you take your medicine and you go on to the next play. And they tried to force some things, not necessarily coaching staff either. Talking about players here, not doing what they normally do, not executing the way they normally do in a big game.
I was at that game, and those 2 interceptions I saw was like there were moments where Chris Terry could have made the better choice as hold on to the football, take the sack instead of throwing it in the air and see what happens.
He misread the option and he pulled it, and he knew he should have pitched it, and then he tried to float it over the top, and it got picked and went the other way, and that's just trying to do too much. You misread it, so what? Take your medicine, put your head down, get 2 yards, and snap it again.
The second interception, he's running across the field, and I just was like, "There's no way he's getting a yard out of this." There are probably 3 or 4 Barnwell guys right in front of him. And I'm just like, please take the sack. Please take the sack. And instead, he ended up throwing the football right to one of the defenders. Yeah. And, that's what caused them to lose that game. If he didn't throw those interceptions, Hampton was only down by, I think, 7 going into halftime.
No. Mm-mm. You have to play sound ball.
I think if those teams play again, they got a real shot to win that game. But
I mean-
yeah, I do think they kind of they panicked a little bit
I think after that game, the other problem they were having against Barnwell is they couldn't run the football against him. Singletary wasn't getting anything. Risher was the only one who was
Barnwell
able to
tough
get a
up
few
front.
yards here and there. Yeah, they're tough up front.
Yeah.
Barnwell's a fight. It's going to be a
Yeah.
fight.
And I
Every
was just
time.
like,
Yeah.
maybe and at halftime, I was like, maybe they try opening up the passing game, see what happens, see if they can get a couple passes that opens up that running game, make it a little bit more efficient for running wise. But they didn't, and it didn't work. So I think, if those two do end up playing each other at some point in the playoffs, if that comes to be, I think Hampton County will come out with a better game plan against Barnwell. But
Yeah,
absolutely.
Absolutely.
Knowing that coaching staff, they'll have a better game plan against Barnwell. It'll be a much better
I'm
game.
not worried too much about
But
it.
at the same
that
time,
quarterback for Barnwell is just a different animal.
Now,
at the same
Barnwell's
time,
they've always been
Hampton lost a ton, and Hampton didn't drop off a lot. I mean, they still only lost 2 games. They played a tough schedule. They lost to Hilton Head, and they lost to Barnwell. And they could have won the Barnwell game easily. So I don't feel like they've underachieved per se.
No.
I think they're still a really really good team and a problem in the playoffs.
Now, what I'll say though, I think they have gotten to the level now that it really is state championship or bust. I think,
especially with Oceanside out of the way, Gray out of the way.
Good. I think they're that good.
Yeah, I do too. I do too.
Well, I mean, the state thought so as well because at one point Hampton was ranked first in the state.
Exactly.
For good reason.
Yes.
For good reason. Yeah. They beat a 4A school in Bluffton. I mean, let's remember Bluffton's sitting second in their region. Hampton County put a beating on them for
demolished them in the
for
first
3
half.
quarters, really.
Right.
For 3 quarters, they smoked them, and then the 4th quarter, Bluffton started playing like what they were supposed to. But for 3 quarters, Hampton County looked like the Hampton County I wanted to see when they played Barnwell. Being able to run that football, being good on the defensive side of the ball, which they weren't terrible on defense against Barnwell, but it was just Barnwell's rushing attack was just something else. That quarterback, every time that quarterback held on to the football and ran it, he'd get a solid 5-6 yards on average. So, I mean, it's something that they're going to work on. I know that, but I really I would like to see those 2 teams play each other in the playoffs.
Oh, they will see each other. They will definitely.
Well, I mean, to see each other, it'd have to be lower state finals, but that's possible.
And I could definitely see that happening. I definitely could see a Barnwell Hampton lower state final.
Right.
Hampton would have to get through Philip Simmons most likely.
I think they could. I mean, Philip Simmons is good, but I think they can get through Philip Simmons. Philip Simmons is good this year, granted. They are good. Where's Woodland? I just thought about that.
They're going to open. I think they're going to open with Woodland.
Who, Hampton?
Region 6. Yeah. It looks like they're going to open.
Hampton's 2?
Hampton's the 2.
Yeah, they're the 2. Woodland probably the 3.
I believe Woodland slid to the 4 when they lost to Timberland. So
you got a graphic over there, man?
What's that?
You got a graphic over there?
I'm working on
the brackets.
I got the bracket, yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to see that because Woodland's been an
so
Hampton
will be in the region 5. Oh, yeah, sorry, region 6, number 3. That's where Woodland is. So they'll play Woodland first, and then they would get the region 7 champion, which is probably Lakes. Probably, I don't know. That's the region with East Clarendon, Kingstree, Manning, Marion, Mullins, Lake City.
Yeah, we'll take that. Yeah, we'll take that. Second one? Yeah, we'll take that. Yeah.
7. So they take. All right. So they take 7-1. All right. Wait.
I'm about to.
If they beat. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. I see it.
We're doing a deep dive.
As a 2, when would they be on the road?
Round 2, they're going to have to go to Manning. That's the number 1 seed. They're 8-1.
That'll be fun.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good game.
Hey, if you want to go,
round 2, they'd go to Manning.
Manning's cool.
Manning has round 3 would probably be Philip Simmons. So it'll be Murderers Row, man. Woodland, Manning, Philip Simmons. That's no joke.
That's not terrible. That's
But I
not
mean,
You
terrible.
gotta win the last
if you
2
wanna
on the
win a
road.
championship, it takes that,
Yeah, and that'll get you back
Yeah,
to
'cause then they
Barnwell
would
if
end up
Barnwell
having
gets
to
there.
go to most likely Barnwell. Because Barnwell has home throughout the entire playoffs, don't they? I forgot about that because
Yeah.
when Barnwell beat
Right.
Hampton,
Yeah.
the winner of that
Yeah,
game
Hampton
would be at
would've-
home throughout the
Right.
entire
It would have
playoffs.
gone through Hampton. That's what hurts the most. But the bell do ring loud on the road too.
Oh, it's much more fun to win on the road.
Yeah, hey.
Oh, trust me, I heard that in Bluffton.
Oh
Right.
yeah, it's
They
much
take the
better
bell
than
on the road.
Fun.
It rings on
Because
the
in
road.
Barnwell,
Take it
they'll
on the
throw
road.
rocks at your bus.
Does indeed.
Yeah,
If you beat Barnwell in Barnwell, they'll throw rocks at your bus.
I believe that.
Yeah.
Absolutely believe that.
That's the best ride home ever. That'll
What?
be the best ride home ever.
Wait, no way.
That is possible, based on the RPI,
Right.
because it doesn't.
yeah.
It doesn't distinguish.
That's true.
Has Jake already
Oh.
deep dived this further than us and figured out the RPI and figured out
Jake,
where everybody's going to
you're
go?
king if
I mean, the
that's the
RPI
case.
will shift ever so slightly when Hilton Head and Bluffton play each other.
Can you imagine that being the first round? No, honestly,
What's
if,
that?
if May River ends
Yeah.
up playing the loser of Bluffton Hilton Head, that's insane
Wow.
to think about.
That would be crazy.
That
Crazy.
it feels like it
Crazy
feels
like a fox.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that would
Yeah.
be insane. But, yeah, it's possible.
That would be fun. That would be a lot of
Is it-
fun.
I'm trying to
What?
think if May River finishes first in that RPI is for what is it, 4
Right,
seed?
because then they would be the 10, would be the highest because they'd be the 4, right? Because the highest
And the
would be
loser of Bluffton Hilton Head would be
either 7, 8, or 9
based on the
So, yeah,
RPI.
that. Yeah, see, it all depends on RPI, but we could have
So
like a,
currently the RPI has here. I'll share this tab instead.
That's
and
really-
look at it.
Oh, I love this RPI. I do love it.
Currently, Bishop England's
ready
5th
for
in
all that,
RPI, so they're going to be a high-seeded one.
because it never would have happened.
May
They're gonna
River at
lose
12,
They're gonna lose early.
Hilton Head at 13, Bluffton at 17.
See, it never
So
happened if for like just with the new regions or with the normal region system, it's always
right,
Oh,
it
man.
couldn't happen.
This
Couldn't
doesn't
happen in the
separate
past.
upper state and lower state, though, does it?
No, it doesn't. So
you can
what
kinda
you'd have to
deduct.
do is go through and figure out who's
Right.
already crossed off and who's
Where,
left.
by
in
the way,
pool
where is
for-
this link to the where is this RPI? Where can
Oh,
you find
next
it?
round.
Somebody gave it to me, and here I'll drop it in the comments
Right.
so people can look at it. But it's got drop downs then for each sport and classification, so you can see
Nice.
each one. So we'd have to go through and figure out who the 1, 2s, and 3s are, and mark
Yeah,
them
let
and
me think.
figure out all that. and-
Bishop England.
but it does seem very feasible. Let me get back to the 4A bracket here.
Oh, wait, did Great Collegiate win their region on Friday?
They are.
Aren't they banned from the playoffs
I
or
don't
something?
know. They didn't get banned from the playoffs, but they did.
No, their coach did.
The coach
their
got
coach-
suspended.
Oh yeah, that's what that is.
Yep.
Because originally, wasn't that supposed to be the plan? The plan was, before they appealed it, from what I heard, was they were going to end up losing their spot in the playoffs. But then
Right.
I think Gray appealed it, and so did Marlboro County
Marlboro
as
was
well. 'Cause that was the
denied.
other school.
Marlboro.
And
I mean,
they
they
both
were
apparently-
totally different
Marlboro got
cases.
smoked.
Marlboro had
Yeah,
like
Marlboro
half their
had-
team come
Yeah.
from North Carolina,
Completely,
whereas
Yeah.
Gray had one kid who
On
was an
JV.
8th grader
Yeah, it
and
was
then
an
was
8th grader, yeah.
or a 9th grader or something,
Did,
was enrolled and then
did
left
Marlboro
and went
get-
to another school and was deemed ineligible. So they were like, well, how was he eligible there? But it was just
Yeah.
one kid. Like
Right.
the punishments fit the crime.
Did
Like,
Marlboro,
there's no
did
question.
Marlboro's appeal not go through, or did they,
So anyway,
they end up getting kicked out?
I
yeah,
don't
they
know.
was denied.
They
They
got
were
smoked.
denied. Ah, okay.
Yeah, they got smoked. They got the death penalty. But but so let's see here. So the loser is going to be a 3rd place team.
Wait a minute.
May
What are we
River would be
doing?
the 10.
Okay, we're
Well,
4.
I'm just looking at the loser of the Hilton Head Bluffton game is going to be either the 7, 8, or the 9. And then May River is going to be either the 10, 11, or 12. So the 7 plays the 10, the 8 plays the 9. So there's,
I think-
assuming if
I
May
think
River's
more
the
than
10,
likely- More than
pretty good
likely, May
chance.
River. more than likely May River will be the 10 on RPI because they do have a strong RPI. So more than likely they'll sit at 10, in my opinion. It'd either be 10 or 11. I don't think they'd fall as far as 12.
No, I think they'll have to be the 10. Here's the only. Here, let's share this tab instead.
But where does that put
All right,
you?
so that's upstate. There's a lower state. There's a lower.
You
No,
want to
that's
dodge
upstate.
that one.
2.
I mean,
3.
if May River went to Bishop England, that would be fun.
Great Collegiate.
Sure.
4, right?
That would be awesome.
Are they
Guys
upstate or
Is Great
they're
Collegiate
upstate,
considered lower state? They're West Columbia. I know that.
That's a good question. Who's in their region?
Well, they're one of those regions that bounces back and forth.
Right, and Gray, of
Because
course,
they
had
had
the
JC
suspension
Flora
of-
in their region,
the
I think,
suspension
as
of their
well.
head coach for the rest of the
Yeah,
year.
they're in the same region with Midland Valley,
JC
North
Flora,
Augusta, South
yeah.
Aiken. So they're
That's lower state.
they're a lower state region.
Wait, North Augusta's lower state?
They are
Yep.
lower state Graves, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So 1, 2, 3, yeah, they are 4, 5, 6, and then they're the 7th. So there's no way that any of those are 4th place teams. So they're
no,
gonna have to be the
No.
10 seed.
they're going to be the 10. Hilton Head
So-
will probably be the 8, wouldn't they?
I don't
Like
know
I
if
said,
they'll lose or.
there's
I don't
still-
think we can know that yet. I don't
Yeah,
think anyone who
because
claims
we
to
won't
know
know
that.
until-
still have-
yeah.
we
Not
can-
until
yeah.
Friday plays out.
Right. I think anybody who claims to
yeah.
know that at this point knows too
Speculation is
much.
great, but we don't know everything yet, but we know,
No, I don't think they'll get
the
2.
brackets do our final.
Dude, Jake's on it tonight,
Hey,
man.
Jake.
I don't know about you.
Jake, they're
Jake,
not
you're
I
on
don't
it
think
tonight,
that's
bro.
accurate though.
They're not
I
winning
don't
anyway.
think that's
If it is-
accurate because
Get that out of here, man. Get that out of here.
Hartsville, let's see, North
I
Augusta
think
and Gray
Bluffton
are in
would
the
only
same.
have a playoff
Yeah,
game.
Gray's
They're
gonna be a higher seeded 2 seed than either North Augusta or Gray's gonna be a higher seeded 2 seed than Bluffton.
Yeah.
And so will
Well,
South
North
North
Florence.
Augusta will be a 1 though, right?
So we're
Yeah.
not gonna be.
North Augusta should be a 1.
Yeah, but whichever one of them, they're in the same region. So whichever one of them's
Northwestern
the
who?
2 is going to be higher than Bluffton, which bumps Bluffton down to the 5.
Hold on.
So they won't have 2 home games.
So Gray's in with North Augusta.
Yes. So
Interesting.
one of them will be
Yeah.
the region champ and be in the top 3, and then the
Yeah,
other
okay.
one will be the runner-up and be in there. But there's no way but whichever one of them's the 2 is going to be seated higher than Bluffton. And in order to have 2 home games, you're going to have
Bluffton's
to
not gonna
be
be
in the
the 2
top
though,
4.
man. Bluffton's not the 2 though. So would they be higher? They would be higher.
Well, they'll be either the 2 or the 3. But I'm saying
They'd be
either
higher than
Bluffton or
Hilton
Hilton Head. I was just
Okay.
I was responding to this. If Bluffton wins, they will most likely secure 2 home playoff games. I don't think
No,
that's
ignore that.
accurate.
Don't worry about that. That's not gonna happen.
All right,
And he
so
said
here-
same for Hilton
here's-
Head, but I don't think either one of them will leapfrog
Here's
over
what could
Gray.
change. Here's what could change in that Gray Collegiate North Augusta region. Those 2 teams are currently tied for the region spot. They're both playing on Friday
Right.
night.
They're playing
Right.
each other.
Friday night, Thursday
Yeah.
night.
Oh,
So, whoever
yeah, there
wins
we go.
that-
Okay.
Whoever
Yeah.
wins that will get the one. We'll
Right.
get probably So
And the
yeah,
other
we
will
don't
get
really,
the
we don't
2,
really
but
know
they'll
yet
still
because
be
really at North Augusta and Gray Collegiate both still have to play each other, and whoever
Right.
loses that one will be okay.
yeah, but
that
I
makes
still
more sense.
think they'll
I
stay
was
ahead.
pretty sure. 'Cause I was
So-
pretty sure Gray Collegiate, when all the appeals and stuff went on, they were tied for first, and they
Yeah.
they still are
Now,
because
wait a
North
minute.
Augusta
Now, would
won
a
last Friday
7 and
and so did Gray.
3 would a 7 and 3 Gray be higher than a 8 and 2 Hilton Head?
I think so. I don't
Yeah,
think
based
they'll
on-
jump over them that
Based
much
on RPI, if Hilton had
because
won out,
because
Wait,
Gray's
wouldn't that change though? after the
Gray's got a
game?
significantly better strength of schedule.
plus
So
who they're
I
playing
don't know
too.
for sure because
Mhm.
I don't know. I'm not privy to the calculations, so I don't
But
know.
Right,
the other
it's
thing
just-
wouldn't the other
yeah.
thing be is the fact that Gray's playing a team above them in RPI on Thursday or
Right.
Friday, and Hilton Head's playing someone below them in RPI for some reason.
Well,
Um,
but North Augusta has a poor opponent's win percentage,
that's true.
worse than Bluffton, so that's going to help.
So
Hilton
records
Head.
don't matter. We're going off this.
Well,
weird,
they do, but it's not just
calculation we're
record;
doing?
it's your opponent's
Look at this, Sammy.
record and the opponent's
Mhm.
record. Like they used to use this for college basketball before they switched to the net rankings a couple
Hey,
years ago.
Kevin, what's happening?
Yeah.
Yeah,
This
so
is how the NCAA used to
I'm not privy
to dissect teams before the NCAA tournament back in the days. They used RPI, which was a mix of your record, your opponent's record, and your opponent's opponent's records. And so it kind of all mixed in based on weightings to an RPI. And that's what you're seeing here, which does a good job telling, like, especially strength of schedule is important in telling.
I think when they get this, because this is the first time they're using the RPI, I think when they figure this out after a few years or so of doing this, it's going to be so much,
right.
Yeah, they just need to tweak the formula a little bit, but it's going to be fun. We're going to see.
What's going on with Mahomey? Mahomey might be
I don't know.
shaking
They
up.
helped him off the field, and Carson Wentz
yeah,
is
it's not
warming
looking
up.
good.
It's not great.
Oh
Not great, Bob.
Oh
Not great,
no,
Bob.
he's on my fantasy team. Oh God.
I need to shake the magic.
There goes my parlay, man.
I got to shake the magic confetti. I know my parlays are dead in the water now.
Yeah, my fantasy football week is pretty much done now that he's off the field. Thanks,
although Butker just helped my parlays.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, good
always
old
got Butker over on the field goals made every time.
That's a winning proposition.
Yeah. But Pat's
it's gonna be interesting, and not only is it gonna be interesting in 4A, it's gonna be interesting in 2A, 3A as well. I'm intrigued to see where is Battery Creek in playoffs. Did they get in?
Yeah, they're 4 seed.
I'm intrigued to see where they sit, even though I don't think they're gonna make it out of round.
They're way down there.
Yeah,
they're way down there at 27.
Gosh, if Chase Olsen hadn't gone down, I think this would have been much more interesting playoffs for Battery Creek, but now that he's out for the year.
So Jake, if they're the 5 seed, then they would be playing the 4 seed in the second round unless the 4 seed got upset. So they would have to go on the road. That's the If they're the 4 seed, then yes, they'll get 2 home games. But we'll have to see how it shakes out.
I got a random question.
Okay.
What happened to Whale Branch?
Whale Branch?
We can tell you what happened with Whale Branch, man.
I don't know.
They don't have a running game, and that's part of their problem.
Yeah.
I watched them against Richland.
Well, more importantly, they don't have
running
a passing
game the first half of Richland game.
I think the reason they don't have a running game is because they don't have a passing game. Like that, they don't have an offense this year. Not really. Not to speak of.
I mean, honestly, they're, in my opinion, limping their way into the playoffs. Now, they had a good game against Barnwell.
They gave Barnwell they wanted last week.
They only lost by 7 to Barnwell. I mean,
that's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, what is what?
I don't know what Jerry Hatcher's doing over there.
Yeah, they barely got by Lake Marion and Edisto by 2 points each. Like, there's just been a bunch of head scratching over there this year. I don't get it.
You barely beat Edisto and Lake Marion, and then somehow you lost by 7 to Barnwell, but you lost by more to Hampton. I don't know.
But they led Hampton at halftime. Like,
yeah, that's true.
Right, that's what I'm trying to figure out. Who are they?
It's there, but they have not been able to sustain it consistently for 4 quarters. They got some dogs, no question. And that offensive line is
they always do.
The run game could be better than it is with that offensive line.
They don't have a terrible defense either. That defense is not terrible at all. I actually
think
it's
solid.
It's
solid at all levels.
Yeah.
So I still wouldn't be that shocked if they won a couple. They never get past the 3rd round, right? But I wouldn't be surprised if they won a couple. Maybe it'll be the reverse of their normal year where they have a really good regular season and then flame out late. Maybe they're kind of pacing themselves this year, trying to, I mean, I don't know. Maybe some adjustments were made to try to combat that. And
I'm just intrigued to see what Jerry Hatcher
working during the regular season, but maybe they'll have some gas in the tank.
Do we know who they would be playing first in playoffs yet? We have no clue, do we?
Man, you keep sending me on these wild goose chases to try to figure this stuff out.
You're the producer.
We got to go to different websites.
Dude, I need a graphic.
All right, so here we go. We're going to share this time instead. Here we go. 1A bracket.
All right, let's go.
We got a 1A bracket. That's region. Oh, wait. What am I on? Am I on 1A or 2A? Yeah, 2A. I'm on the right bracket. We're back on the 2A bracket. That's where we were supposed to be. Region 5, number 2 was Hampton, right? So Region 5, number 3
down there.
Be Whale. They get a home game.
Oh,
sweet.
Interesting. So they'd be playing the Region 7-3.
Yeah, Region 7 includes that same region we talked about: Atlantic Collegiate, East Clarendon, Kingstree, Lake City, Manning, Marion, Mullins. The 3 is whoever lost between East Clarendon and Kingstree. So let me see who that is. That would be Kingstree. Kingstree is okay, but not great. 4-6 overall. Let's look at the RPI.
Yeah, let's dig into the numbers.
Let's dig into the RPI.
Whale Branch could potentially beat out. Yeah. Then they'd end up having to in the region.
Whale Branch is 20th in the RPI. Kingstree is 29th. Whale Branch has them by a small edge on winning percentage, 4-5 versus 4-6. Whale Branch has played a significantly tougher schedule, way tougher schedule. So I kind of like Whale Branch on that one at home.
Yeah,
I'll take it.
Yeah, and then they would go to Region 6, number 1, which is going to be Philip Simmons, I believe. So it'll get tough.
Yeah.
It'll get tough fast. Philip Simmons blew the doors off of them the first time.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Kingstree's 3.
I'm not
Yeah,
too
Lake
inspired
City's
right
4. Okay.
I don't want to fool Philip Simmons. Philip Simmons is pretty good.
They are good. They already played Philip Simmons this year. Whale Branch already played Philip Simmons.
And they got mollywopped. Mollywopped.
Demolished. Yeah, 2 straight weeks in a row of them getting.
By the way, Manning is number 5 in the RPI. The team that Hampton would play around 2. Yeah.
Like I said, Manning's a awesome environment.
They're strong this year too.
Yeah,
it's a great environment. It's one of the classic stadiums, right?
Yeah, it is.
In South Carolina.
Yep.
Yeah.
So,
but I'll still take Hampton County on the road.
Yeah, me too.
I would too.
I'm with
I
you.
would too.
And then 1A. We haven't looked at 1A yet.
Yeah, we got 1A.
Well, we got Ridgeland's going to be the 2 seed.
Oh yeah,
Ridgeland's going to be the 2 seed. They're going to be right here.
Hardyville will be the 4.
We're going to have to play. Yeah. We
I'm
got to go to Lakeview. We got to go to Lakeview, Bo. I don't know. We might though.
I'm taking them. They upset the world.
I mean, it wouldn't blow my mind at this point.
They've been playing good football as of late.
They're playing with a lot of confidence right now, and they got everybody back. They're healthy. They got some guys that we were down some real leaders for a while, and we got them back out there now. And then moving Kamari down on the line has just been a godsend. Like, that man has been wreaking havoc since he went down there.
And that is just man for man. It's just man for man.
Well, and it happened by accident. He was doing it for scout team defense, and he was wreaking havoc. And they were like, "Damn, we can't block him, coach. Maybe we should put him down there." And they can't block him. He just slides between them.
Hey, that's how it happens.
Well, I mean, he comes off the rip so much faster than them that he's by them before they even know what happened.
And I think he has another gear. I think he
does have another gear. You want to see another gear?
You got to find it. You got to find it.
I'll show you his another gear. I'll show you something right here that he showed me the other night. No, I mean, like, he showed me something the other night.
I'm telling you, it's in there. It's in there.
Well, I know it's in there. I've been telling him it's in there, but I've been telling him you only get it out if you put the work in. That's the key.
That's the key.
It don't happen by magic. But first of all, check out these banners. Them nice. Them some nice senior banners.
That's right, man.
That's my photography. Look at that.
We got to get more people on the band, guys.
This band was killing it.
What's that?
Gearhart got some nice stuff.
Here we go. Here's Kamari.
Kamari sounded great now.
Oh, he's upset. Let's go.
He came from corner on that play.
Yeah.
They slid him out the corner and brought him on the blitz.
Because he can play everywhere. That's the thing. You can put him pretty much anywhere.
He's pretty tough. Then we got a block punt, sort of. He kind of punted it right into his own man.
Yeah, we'll take it.
And my guy Trent, bringing him down, putting on a celly. Watch Trent.
Yeah. That's cool.
Trent's silly. I love
Um,
Trent. You're funny.
yeah.
Now they go look. If they're gonna have on the orange and green,
Yeah.
you know,
They better
somebody
bring
got
it,
to
right?
hit the Cam Ward for me sooner or
Yeah, right.
later.
Yeah.
Somebody got to hit it for me.
I've been trying to get them to do the one Loco. I'm sure they'll hit a Cam Ward.
Huh?
One Loco.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. But no, Cam's the real deal, man. You
Oh,
got, you got a real one. That
We're going to
NIL
New York.
collective came through good for you.
We're going to New York, man. Heisman.
All right. Well, we also got to talk about the Skiza playoffs, boys. You want to hang around, Sammy? Or are you done?
You know what? I'm going to hang around.
All right.
And I'm going to learn.
All right.
Alrighty.
Sounds good. Here we go. Skiza playoffs. They're all set. 4A, we don't really care about, but Hammond's the one. They'll play Cardinal Newman, Augusta Christian and Ben Lippin, Portergad and Heathwood, Northwood and Lawrence.
I do have a question. Time out.
All right.
Augusta Christian.
Yep.
Where is that?
Oh, there's multiple Georgia schools that compete in Skiza.
Oh.
Augusta Christian would be one.
Bethesda.
Yeah, Bethesda would be another. I guess that's about all we got left now. Used to be more. Used to be more. Bible Baptist closed down, so that one's out. No, there's. I think there may be some others in the really small classification, like 1A basketball.
Okay.
You know, like that kind of stuff.
Yep, Hammond's going for like what, their 20th state championship in a row. I mean,
they're real good.
They're at Hammond.
They are good.
They're real good. They'll probably win it. Although Portergab, pretty solid too.
The state championship game.
It's 3A. We got this is where we got stake. We got John Paul going to Wilson Hall, which does not bode well. Does not bode well for the Golden Warriors.
No.
We got Florence Christian coming to Hilton Head Christian Academy. So if Hilton Head Christian wins that, which they should be favored to win, they would face Wilson Hall on the road. And then you got on the other half of the bracket, Pinewood Prep is probably going to roll everybody.
And I think the good thing about this Hilton Head Christian, he wouldn't see Pinewood Prep until that state championship game. So
right.
In that way, I think they have a good path in front of them. Florence Christian.
Yeah, but they still got to play Pinewood Prep if they get to the state championship game.
No, I'm just saying that.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
Sammy, for reference, Pinewood coached by Devontae Holloman, former Beaufort High.
Oh, man, that guy. Man, he is.
He went to South Point, won that state championship. Then he went to the Gamecocks for a minute, and then he went to Pinewood.
Man,
I believe he's the AD.
Loco needs to find a way to beat him in a big game. Maybe Hilton Head Christian Academy can make amends to that.
All right.
That be something.
I need another timeout. 20-second timeout. So is this the entire playoff bracket?
Yes.
Yeah.
8 teams.
We only have 8 teams.
Yeah.
8 teams is a much different high school.
Well, you what you may not be aware of is that there are only 9 teams in Skiza 3A football.
I only need to make the playoffs.
8 of them are in the playoffs. Yeah.
So what happened to the one team? Like, who's the one team that didn't make it?
They were sorry. They didn't win no games.
Man.
How did JP? Yeah, that makes more sense as to why JP2 made it, and they didn't even win a friggin' football game in region play this year.
Yeah, there were only 4 in their region.
It's not like
I want to know who didn't make it. Who's the one team that didn't make it?
That's what I'm trying to look it up.
Whoever was in the other region that didn't make it because everybody in this
I had known at one point, and I had forgotten.
It would be the other team in 3A that would not have made it, which is
By the way, if Hardy,
I'm almost there. It's Camden Military. Camden Military went 0-8.
No, they didn't do great.
And they were outscored 353 to 67.
I might as well put it in my application.
Yeah.
By the way,
be on my staff.
By the way, real quick, if Hardyville wins their first game, more than likely they'll be on the road at Lakeview.
Yeah, they have Lakeview in the first round on the road. That's who we got. It's already scheduled for Thursday at 7 next week.
Oh.
Yeah. We're already on the schedule. All right. So moving on to 2A. Spartanburg Christian at PD, St. John. Yeah, not really. St. John's, Greenwood, Hilton Head Prep at Calhoun, Orangeburg Prep at Bethesda. Calhoun's real good, right? Isn't that the one that's real good? Yeah, that's the one that's real good, right?
That's relative.
Bethesda's looking pretty strong too.
It is
not gonna
relative.
lie. They're looking pretty
Bethesda's
strong.
outstanding. Yeah, Bethesda's outstanding.
I'd love to
So-
see them play against Calhoun. I think that's going to be a
But
great game.
I'll say this, Sammy. Bethesda's got like 3 dudes on the defensive line that go 3 bills.
I got you.
They got some big.
They got some big boys. They always do. They always do. I remember playing their middle school teams, and they had some big boys on their middle
And
school
PD's
teams.
got some mean country boys. Real mean.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. They 100% do.
I just saw something.
from
I'm wait till you get to it.
Oh
But
yeah. Oh yeah. There's going to be some fun things to say. And
Yeah,
when
I got some questions.
we're almost to the
Time out.
Confederate Generals League.
Yeah, I got some questions.
We're almost to the Confederate Generals League.
Yeah.
All right. So in Class 1A, you got Lee Academy. Nobody really knows who that's named after because it's just Lee. It could be.
Oh, no, we do.
Bruce
Bruce
Lee.
Lee. It's
No,
Bruce
Could be
Lee.
Bruce Lee. Could be Stan
Bruce Lee
Lee.
Academy. Come on, man.
Justin, I can tell you who it's named after because they had to change their name.
Yeah, I know.
Robert E. Lee.
It's Robert.
Yeah, we do.
Oh, that's
I guarantee you.
misconception. It's Bruce Lee.
Big old Robert.
Bruce Lee Academy. It's actually it started out as a martial arts school. And they're at Thomas Hayward. They're at Thomas Hayward, which has been a state championship matchup multiple times, but will
Yes,
not
it
be
has.
this year. And Lee's not quite what they've been the last few years, so Thomas Hayward should take care of that. Now this one is fun. Carleton Prep just beat Dorchester, and they get to play them again. And they
On
won
the
at
road.
Dorchester, right? So they go back
Yeah.
to Dorchester,
Yeah.
try to win again. Dorchester was undefeated, and Carleton Prep beat them, and now they get to go play them again
I
and
think
try to
they
earn a
win this
rematch
one,
with
too.
Thomas Hayward. I think they
I
might
think
too.
Carleton wins.
I do
Patrick
too.
Henry at Williamsburg. Ooh.
Patrick Henry at Williamsburg. That's a long trip for a long night. I
That is
think
a
for
long
the
trip.
Pats. Williamsburg's pretty tough. And then BA should take care of Carolina. Didn't they just play? No, Thomas Hayward played Carolina. That's who it was.
Yeah. Patrick
I
Henry.
think
Williamsburg beat Thomas Hayward too. So that's
They did.
Yeah, that's going to be a long road trip for Patrick Henry. Hopefully they can
Right.
show some stuff off. But ooh, yeah, that's
So
a
on
rough road.
paper, it was like a Thomas Hayward Williamsburg matchup, which they play for state championship last year.
Who?
Did Williamsburg? Huh?
Yes. Yeah, they did
And-
because they
and
played
Hayward played each
Bethesda
other?
last year, didn't they?
Oh,
Didn't
Williamsburg played
play
Bethesda. Okay,
Bethesda
there.
last
Yeah,
year?
yeah. Okay, maybe that's it. Thomas Hayward didn't get there last year.
Good Lord, did Williamsburg move down?
I can't remember anymore.
Because Williamsburg was in 2A. Because I clearly remember
Right.
that because Philman Christian
That's
Academy
right.
played Williamsburg few years back in the
That's right.
state championship
That's
game.
right.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
Christian Academy moved up a division, a
And
classification, and
Williamsburg
then
went down one.
Williamsburg
Yeah.
moved down.
Okay,
That's right.
Now it makes sense.
Yep, that makes
I
more
was
sense.
trying to remember who played for these championships last year. I can't remember nothing.
Hmm.
It was Patrick Henry who played for the championship last year. Duh. They
Yes, it
won it.
was.
My brain's fried. 8-man. We got more Confederate generals down here, buddy.
This is real football.
Newberry Academy at Richard Wynn, Wardlaw at Holly Hill. Mind you, all these teams have played each other twice this season because they played home and home for the regular season. WW King at Jeff Davis. And Cross Schools get into the playoffs, taking on Lawrence Academy. I was led to believe that Conway Christian had also made the playoffs, but that was wrong.
I've got questions.
Their losing streak will extend to next year.
I've
What
got-
questions do you have?
My first question is how many
Jefferson
teams?
Davis?
No, that's my second question. My first question is how many teams play 8-man football in the state of South Carolina?
Not enough.
Because my follow-up is did Cross win a game this year?
They won 2
What?
games. Yeah, 2
I have
against
not
Conway
been listening.
Christian.
I'm sorry. Who did they beat?
Conway Christian twice.
Is Conway the team that didn't make the playoffs?
Yeah, the one team that didn't make playoffs.
Oh,
Conway
okay.
Christian is
All
now 0-51 or something
Oh,
like
this
that
is
in their last
awesome.
51 games.
Oh man.
Yeah. Yeah, they haven't won since, what was it, 2019?
2019. They haven't won
Yeah.
since I was a senior in high school. That's crazy.
Again, I might put in my application, man. You guys can be on my
Oh, well,
team.
here's the craziest part. Here's the craziest part. It's been the same coach the whole time.
How?
They've won one
How?
game.
He's doing it for free.
Oh my God!
doing it for
Maybe they
free.
would have
He's
thought
doing
by
it for
now.
free.
Gee, I don't know. Maybe he's not really a great coach.
I think he just
Better
donates
he
money
just
to the
doesn't have
school.
players.
I was told by someone who shall remain anonymous that he was a hell of a nice guy, but one of the worst high school football coaches they'd ever known. And so I guess he's nice enough to keep him around, but they're not winning any football games over there. And Cross was not coming close to winning any football games, and then they won 2 blowout games against Conway.
Blowouts?
48-18 on Friday night.
How did I miss that? Were they at home?
They were. No, they were on the road this week. They were on the road.
What does
this
Cross
week.
play? Their football
But they also beat them. Cross plays Kings Academy, Holly Hill Academy, Jefferson Davis, Cathedral Academy, and Conway Christian. Those are the only teams they played twice each.
Where does Cross play their home games?
Mostly at City Hall in Hardyville. But one night it was double booked.
Wow. Yeah, okay.
One night it was double booked, so they played at Bluffton Middle. That was where they got the historic win over Conway Christian.
Oh,
was
really?
at Bluffton Middle. Yeah.
Wow.
Historic first win.
Yeah.
Very nice.
But it will be their field the moment JP2 decides to build a football field on campus. So, can't wait till that comes around. So
I'll probably build one on campus across too. I reckon they got all kind of land back there.
yeah, they got some land at Cross, which is why I'm wondering
Right,
why
yeah,
they.
just like
Yeah, it makes me like because the last couple years Prep made the playoffs despite not winning a game a couple years back. And they just up and forfeited the game because they just did not want to play that game.
Yeah, so
I'm just wondering, is JP2
2 years ago, Hilton Prep and Northwood Academy both went winless. Or was that last year? But they were the only 2 teams that didn't play. They didn't play each other, so neither one of them could win head to head. They both went winless, but there were 9 teams in the league, and they took 8 for the playoffs. So they had to ask which of them wanted to go to the playoffs, and they were both like, "Nah, we're good. We don't want to go to PD."
No, that's hilarious.
That's tough.
Too good.
It was so funny
tough.
because all of a sudden, because I knew some of the kids on the football team at the time, and I was just like, "So, y'all get like scheduled for a playoff game?" And he was like, "Yeah," but our coach was like, "Nah, we're good." And I thought that was the most funny thing. I'm playing. I was like, "Dude, Prep has gone to an all new low, man."
I think we're washing our hair that night. It's
that is tough.
Yeah, they're like,
"No, thank you." And I think they had already played PD and lost 56 to nothing or something. Like it was.
Remember that.
Nobody needs to do this.
We don't need to see that again. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Like we don't need to pay them
funny.
refs. We don't need to pay them refs.
Nope.
When I heard that, I laughed my butt off. But that is. I had never laughed harder when I heard that.
You can't make that up. There's only 9 teams in the
you
league.
can't.
8 make the playoffs, and 2 of them end up winless. Like,
Yeah,
who made that
How do you not
schedule?
schedule-
How do you not make them play each other?
Right. What are you doing? What are you doing?
And why didn't they just play each other for a playing game? Like just a bowl game. Like the winner doesn't even have to go play PD. Like just play it as a bowl game. Somebody gets a win.
All right.
Actually,
I'd pay to see that. I'd pay.
You know what? I'm gonna say this.
Play each other.
I'm gonna say this. The best thing that happened during COVID, sports-wise, was the deal where if you didn't make the playoffs, you could just schedule a game with somebody else. That was awesome.
Yeah,
that was awesome.
Yeah,
why don't we have that? Like, why not?
That's stupid.
I think it'd be great. Like, you don't make the playoffs, you schedule a game with somebody else who didn't make the playoffs. You have one less game.
Get the 2 worst teams.
Because I would have loved to have seen Northwood and Hilton Head.
Right, Burke and Stahl can play each other or whatever. You know, like
2 teams. Let them fight it out.
Yeah.
It'd be a fun game.
You know what I mean?
It'll be
Dude,
fun
Burke and
games.
Paul would be a dogfight. Let me tell you, I would love to see that game go on, man. What a game that
No.
would be.
No AW in that dog.
Oh man.
Them
No.
DOGs,
Oh.
not DAWGs. But well, boys, I think we covered it all. Let me shout out some sponsors because I kind of forgot about them. Varsity sponsors of LowcoSports, DDS Web Design, building, hosting, maintaining websites. Go to ddshhi.com. Parker Law Group serves legal needs across Colleton, Hampton, and Jasper counties and helps us shine a light on the Loco frontier. Dr. Ambrose Cole, our official chiropractor of LowcoSports. He's at Rooted Living Wellness in Bluffton. He'll get you feeling right, mind, body, and spirit. And Reverence Wrestling Club, official wrestling sponsor and sponsor of the Loco Grind. We did the season premiere last night. Got Coach Rutherford and Gearhart on, talked a little wrestling, talked about the fights in Beaufort on Saturday night. And,
anybody get knocked out?
Yeah. Yeah, one dude got knocked out cold.
Oh, man. We need
he was winning too. He won the first 2 rounds. And then this dude from Cool Hands Boxing in Charleston caught him with a left hook to the temple, and he went down like a sack of rocks, man.
That's
he was
funny.
out. Yeah, it was good though. It was good.
Hey, before we go,
had blood dripping from his nose, and he won the fight. It was great.
Before we go, I have one question. Well, I got 2 questions.
Okay.
Is there a possibility of the Loco bringing home a state championship?
And
if so, who is the most likely to do it?
Ooh.
I think
there's high school against Giza.
Yeah, Thomas Hayward.
Thomas Hayward, and I think the other team is Hampton County for me.
Yeah. I don't know. He'll let Krishna cat.
I don't think beating Pinewood.
No,
I think Thomas Hayward's the favorite and Skeeza 1A.
No, I just
of the high school league.
I guess Hampton County.
Hampton's road is hard, bro.
But
it's hard.
It is.
It is hard, but I think they're good enough to get through it.
Honestly, whoever wins this Hilton Head Bluffton game might have the best shot to get to one.
4A though is a.
It is 4A is a murderer's row though. You got to go through. You got to go through South.
You got to go through. Good Lord.
I don't know. Yeah, it's Hampton. It's probably Hampton.
I think it's Thomas Hayward and Hampton. I know Hampton's
a pretty long shot.
I know Hampton's got a tough road, but if they play the way they know how to play football the right way, I think they'll be okay.
Yeah, they're capable. They're capable. They're a well-rounded team. I mean, they can. They're pretty balanced. They're run heavy, but they can do both on offense. They're good against the run. Their secondary is really good. Their special teams are solid. They got a kicker who can actually make a field goal, which not everybody does.
Which can change the game.
Yeah. I mean, if you don't have trust in him, you go for it on 4th and 2, and you might fumble.
I think for them, if they do want to make a state,
lose your rivalry game.
Yeah.
I think if they want to get that state title, they're going to have to eventually go through Barnwell.
Right.
I think those are the top. For me, those are the top 2 teams. Those are the top 2 teams in Lower State. For me, those are the top 2 teams in Lower State right now: is Barnwell and Hampton.
Batesburg is dead serious.
Yeah, they are.
Batesburg is really serious.
Yeah, Batesburg is good.
Yeah, really.
Are they lower?
No, they're upper.
Yeah. He
said
I
think
lower.
Lower.
I think
lower. But I'm saying like in Lower State, I think it's Barnwell and Hampton is 1 and 2 right now.
But again, I think what did we say? Barnwell had a close one with a team they shouldn't have had.
They sure did.
They could get beat in the first or second round.
And they ain't gonna have no cakewalk either.
They don't have a cakewalk. I just walked through it. So they'd end up.
They're gonna have to go through Central most likely, and
they're not a team to mess
no
with.
Joke.
Yeah.
Nope.
Ooh.
And they'll have to go through. They'll have to go through the 2 seed in that Region 6 as well, which won't be
fun.
Cakewalk.
Yeah. That'd be
2 seed Timberland. They'll get Timberland in the second round. That's pretty tough.
That's a tough one. Timberland's good.
So Barnwell's not a guarantee to get out of there either.
No, not at all.
Nope.
And if Timberland came out, it would be at Timberland. Damn. If it's another 2 seed and it's Hampton, it'd be on the road. But if it's a 3 seed, obviously it'd be at home. But I don't see a 3 seed getting out of there.
No.
There's not even any 3 seeds on the other side of the bracket. It's all 1s, 2s, 4s, and 5s. Weird. That's funky. All right. Well, Anyway, that broke up our sponsors. We got the Loco Booster Club, Court Lifestyle Pros. Let them bring you home to Hilton Head Island. Eagle Creations, let them hook you up with promotional items and custom apparel. Go to Jay's Barbershop in downtown Ridgeland and let them cut your hair. Call
Where's
Barefoot
it
Floor
again?
Care of the Low Country and let them get your floor so clean your feet will thank you. Go to Hudson's Seafood House on the docks and let them fill your belly full of seafood. They're the presenting sponsor of Under the Bus. And if you're in Hampton and you're hungry or thirsty, get to Hurricane Sports Cafe. Let them know the guys from Loco sent you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
The
you
wings
like
are awesome.
Hurricanes, yeah?
Yeah.
The wings
Wings
are
is
awesome.
good.
You got some
Good.
good food at
Those the
Hurricane.
burgers.
Yeah.
Parting thoughts, gentlemen?
Yeah. Well,
That was in harmony.
Mine's pretty simple. If you haven't already, make sure to
Vote.
take time tomorrow and
Go out and vote, man.
partake in your civic duty and vote in the upcoming election.
Go out and wait in a 3.5-hour line.
Well,
have fun
I
with
would
that.
say there are.
I waited about 45
people that
minutes.
have voted early.
Yeah, same.
From just not just around here, but across the country, there have been a lot of people who have voted early, which is great.
Right,
It kind of helps
right.
reduce some of the lines.
Oh,
on
I did
election
it.
day, which is, yeah,
I did it. I waited 30 minutes for
Us
voting.
procrastinators wait till the last minute and there's no line.
Right.
Ha-ha.
We'll see. We'll see. There's been pretty long lines on
You don't
election
know,
day,
man.
usually
People
in
getting off
general.
from work, forgetting that they had to vote, and they go and vote. Dude, you never know.
Oh no, you need to go after people get to working still.
Right. Yeah, I'm gonna go about noon.
Yeah, it'll just be you and the olds. That's all it
Exactly.
is.
Don't ever go
Exactly.
early.
Yeah,
Don't
that's
ever
the way to
go
go.
early.
From the old people, I'm not tripping.
No, you can't go. You can't go when everybody's trying to go before work, and you can't go when
Right,
everybody's trying to go
but
after.
if
Right. Yeah, I'll be home
but
anyway.
yeah, the good thing is if you're in line in the evening, if you're in line,
Yes.
they have to let you. Yeah, they have to let
7
you vote.
o'clock.
So,
If you're in line at 7 o'clock when the polls close, they have to let you vote. So don't get out of line.
If you're
Stay
in line at
and
7
vote.
o'clock, you did something wrong.
You did. You messed up, AA Ron.
Yeah, you messed up.
But nonetheless, you're going to mess up worse if you get out of line at that point. So stay in line and vote. Because it works best when we all vote. That's the facts. So and it works best. It really works best when we all are informed voters, but that may be a bridge too far at this
I got
stage.
a parting thought.
Yeah, what do you got?
Considering the storm that came through a couple weeks ago, there are a lot of roofing companies in the Low Country. Some of y'all need to sponsor. I know somebody's watching this. Somebody needs to sponsor on LowcoSports.
Amen, brother.
You know what I mean? Because I need a roofer, and you ain't have a sponsor, so I don't know who to trust. So if you're a roofing company and you're watching this, you need to sponsor LowcoSports.
All right, I'm gonna have to clip that out and send it to a couple of people. Put the pressure
Get
on.
their lives together. Yeah.
Put the pressure. Get their lives together. All right, Max, you got one?
Yeah, hold on. I gotta get it up here in a second.
Oh, he's fancy.
All right. Yeah. Now I know we don't talk about this enough, but we are in the South. Now the NASCAR Cup Series Championship is coming up on Sunday, and one of my favorite drivers, William Byron, he's in the championship for the second straight year. And I'm excited to see it because Phoenix is a really weird racetrack. I don't know if you guys have ever seen like a layout of Phoenix. It's very weird looking. And it should be a really good race.
This is the championship, right? Whoever finishes.
Get rid of the playoffs. Get rid of the playoffs. NASCAR playoffs.
I agree. I want to go back to the point system. I thought
let's go back to racing. Yeah.
I always thought the point system was best, but
I've tried to get into NASCAR multiple times.
The playoffs is weird. Just go back.
Yeah, the whole thing is where like they eliminate a couple drivers after each couple of races, and
it's just so gimmicky.
They want to make it exciting, so they have it so the four races, the four drivers who are still in contention will whoever crosses first wins the.
But it ends up not even being a NASCAR race at the end. The beauty of NASCAR is the chaos of that many cars being on the track at one time.
I'm gonna crash somebody in the playoffs.
4 cars.
This last race, I'm gonna crash somebody who has a chance to win. Just so I can.
It's not the best format. I'd rather it be a point system. Makes more sense in terms of racing. So that's just my opinion.
Libby's on one now. He says, when the jazz man's testifying, it brings you to your knees. Trust your effing roofer. Put your lives together. And then he says, Barkley fit in AZ, weird body. Sir Charles Barkley. Love you, Libs. Love you, Libs. We got to get you out of grad school so you can get on here with us every night.
Yeah.
Your co-host
For real.
material.
For real.
Oh yeah.
But I don't know. Do I have a parting thought?
Do you?
I also say vote.
Oh, man.
You should definitely vote. Is Patrick Mahomes back in the game?
I am not
They're on
seen
defense. I'm not sure.
I don't know, but we got a
Chiefs are on
touchdown. Right?
defense.
I
Yeah,
would say vote or die, but
see.
We're all
considering
gonna die
legal
anyway.
issues of
Yeah, well, I guess so because
I'll
Hopkins
leave
is
that alone.
past Mahomes, so I guess he came back in. Yeah. Yeah.
We're all
looks
gonna
like it.
die anyway, so
Doesn't really matter.
Baker
might as
Mayfield.
well
Thanks,
vote.
Justin. I appreciate that, man.
Yeah. You and everyone you know is going to die.
Yep. Let that sit in, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Justin. Let everyone,
That's my parting
who's
thought.
watching, let that sit in for you.
But to take it a step further, you and everyone you know is going to die. So make the most of the time that you do have here with the people that you love, because it ain't enough time.
That's why
and
that's
we can't
that's
be
the fun
wasting
thing
none
about
of it.
talking local sports.
Go cross schools.
Yeah, go.
Go cross.
Please read your local option referendum. Save May River from 2-lane, 55-mile-per-hour roads to Savannah. I don't know what that one's about.
Yeah, I don't know. I've sat in
I'm gonna have
that
to.
road for a while.
I already voted, and I don't know what he's talking about right there. So,
Yeah, I don't know.
not sure what that.
Yeah, I
happened,
kind
but
of read the laws they wanted to pass, and I was just like, "What? I don't understand this." Sure, why not?
I mean, I think
Spend more
that's
of
the
our
idea. Sometimes
taxpayers' money.
I swear the
We should
wording sometimes is designed to obfuscate.
Oh, absolutely.
confuse the living hell out of
Absolutely.
us.
You end up
I
voting
mean-
for what you're trying to vote against.
And then I could go on all kind of soapboxes right now about what's happening tomorrow, but including let's not get into it. There's a lot of things we need to change about the system.
We'll talk offline.
Yeah, exactly, like we always do.
Mhm.
But regardless, get out and vote tomorrow if you haven't already, and then buckle up and hold
Yeah,
your breath.
buckle up. That's a good, buckle up.
Buckle up, because it's going to be a wild ride. It's going to be a wild ride. I do read the questions. Yeah.
Doesn't mean I understand the question, Kevin.
We got some good volleyball action tomorrow to look forward to as well.
That's
that's
wild.
right.
They're playing on election
Where
night.
we at? What's going on in volleyball?
Don't they have schools closed tomorrow?
Yeah.
Schools
Yes.
are closed. Schools are
Yes.
Schools
closed.
closed tomorrow.
Yes.
You should have told us
How
that in
are they playing
advance. Yeah,
volleyball?
we do.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean,
Crazy.
Day off
they
for me.
had to postpone it. I guess they may have probably wasn't scheduled to begin with, but they had to find a date to reschedule it to because of the
Yeah, that's
two
true.
hurricanes.
That's a good point. Yeah,
Yeah.
forgot about that. Who do we have on the
Yeah.
docket tomorrow for volleyball?
We have 3
You have it here,
matches
what?
coming up tomorrow. We got Hilton Head at Bishop England. We got South Aiken at May River and Academic Magnet at Bridges Prep.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'll be at the
Bridges
Shark
Prep's
Tank.
good. Oh,
You-
we should look at the RPI.
Right.
no.
What did the brackets say? What did the brackets say?
I love the RPI.
Tune us later here on After Hours as we look at more
Right,
RPI.
yeah.
Bridges Prep's number 2 in the RPI, Bo.
What's up, JJ?
Academic
After
Magnets
hours.
number 10. And then in the 4A, who we got? Bishop England's number 4, May River's number 6.
I'm taking May River.
Yeah, we
And
should
then
just make a show
who's
where
May
we
River
just
play?
talk about
South
RPI.
Aiken.
Yep.
South Aiken is number 11. So I like May River in that matchup.
Yep.
Bishop England over Hilton Head, most likely. Number 4 against number 19.
Yeah. Bishop England.
But you never know. Hilton Head been coming on strong lately. They came
Yeah,
on
they
really
have.
strong in the
They
last
have.
part of the year. So,
That's true.
all right, boys. Hour
Yeah, we
34
are surprised.
on a Monday, on a night when Wes wasn't sure we needed to do a show. We didn't have that much to talk about, but we talked about it for an hour and 34 minutes. Thanks, Sammy Dubs. We appreciate you. Go Canes. Different
I'm not
Canes.
putting up to
Same
you, bro.
colors, different Canes.
Come on, man. No hate.
I'll put up
Congratulations.
with you. I just think it's a fun hand sign to make.
I had a
It's
rough
just fun.
Saturday, man. I don't want to talk about
Yeah, Clemson boy.
Yep.
it.
I won't say anything.
He almost
I won't say
picked
anything.
on you. Sammy Dubs, legendary hang. Agreed. Always a legendary hang.
Yes, sir.
All right, boys. Well, thanks to everybody who was a part of it tonight. Thank you, Sammy Dubs, for coming in to talk your stuff. Thanks to Max and Wes for being my right-hand man. Thanks to Mickelson Law Group for being the best sponsor ever. Thanks to our future roofing sponsors. We appreciate you as well in advance. And thanks to all of our sponsors, especially Mickelson's. Thanks to all of our listeners and viewers. Thanks for showing up to listen or watch. You're the reason we do what we do, especially you, Kevin Libby. Sometimes it feels like we're playing to an audience of one. It's just fine. So we are going to take tomorrow night off for the election night, but we'll let you know on Wednesday night about the volleyball action and start getting geared up for another week of high school football. We've got some playoff action on tap as well as that big Bridge Bowl. So we'll see you Wednesday night for Max Araj, Wes Kerr, and the wonderful Sammy Dubs. I'm Justin Jarrett. Till next time, go Loco.
The Loco Sports Lowdown podcast is a production of Loco Media LLC and LowcoSports.com, an independent media outlet providing grassroots local sports coverage in the South Carolina Lowcountry. We are sustained by community support from sponsors and patrons like you. Get in the game with a monthly pledge of $1 or more at patreon.com/LowcoSports to keep us going and growing. Go Loco.